Well, conditions will play a big part at the City Ground tonight. Local weather forecasters have predicted 70-mile-per-hour winds and driving rain. It could be an important toss to win. Referee Paul Durkin has already conducted that formality. And the wind, I would have said, was behind the backs of Nottingham Forest in this first half, though it has had the habit today of changing wickedly in direction. Forest in the red shirts, Everton all in blue. And after successive wins against Sheffield Wednesday and West Ham, Everton can't wait to get back into the action again because of the international break and the postponement of that Liverpool game. This is only their second Premiership game in over a month. Nottingham Forest really desperate for a win themselves of any kind to boost their confidence and boost their position in the table. Woan playing the ball through, but the first offside decision, a very easy one to make. Jason Lee caught yards offside. Trevor, these conditions are going to be a factor tonight.
Yes, I don't think the players will mind the rain too much, but certainly professional footballers never like to play when it's a high wind up, and it's certainly very, very gusty tonight. Just looking at the two formations, Alan, as we expected Forest with 4-4-2, but it does look at the moment as if Everton are playing with a three at the back.
Cooper, the Forest captain, getting the ball away from young Michael Branch. Colin Cooper has played in every game. Frank Clark's first signing when he took over at the City Ground. Interesting to see how Dean Saunders adapts to, it's not exactly a new role for him on the right of midfield. He played there early in his career, but it's a long time since he's filled that position in the Premiership. Cooper's sliding challenge there has brought a free kick to Everton, and it's not going to be easy for the referee tonight to judge whether there's intent or whether it's the conditions that bring about challenges like that. Everton get on with the free kick quickly. Hinchcliffe playing it in. Branch couldn't read the bounce. Started the last two games. This is his 6th appearance in all, and was 18 only just over a week ago. Crossley introduced into the Welsh squad last week, and of course facing Wales' #1 goalkeeper at the other end of the field in Neville Southall. Gemmill. Lee's layoff. Saunders out on the right, helps it out to Lyttle. Not the easiest clearance. Craig Shaw getting it away back in the city where he had 3 years playing across the River Trent for Notts County, of course. In fact, he made his Everton debut here last season and admits he had a dodgy game and a 3-2 defeat. Lyttle back in possession. The ball swung in quickly towards Lee, and just ahead of him, Brian Royle. And in a way, they got in each other's way then. Cooper's clearance. And Lee seemed to use his hand to control that ball. It's going to be very difficult for players to judge the pace of the ball off the surface. And you saw another problem there. Southall slipping as he tried to clear, and this rain is getting heavier.
Yes, the chance that Forest had was a good chance, Alan. It was a good ball in from the right-hand side, and possibly could have done better with that chance.
Alf Ingo Håland played it left back tonight. It's a role he's fulfilled before. In fact, there aren't many positions on the field he hasn't played for Nottingham Forest. He's proved to be an extremely versatile signing for them, the Norwegian international. Well, Barrett, one of the most consistent players for Everton this season, and now Kanchelskis, who's finding his form as well. Useful ball, and a difficult one for Crossley to deal with. Kanchelskis hammered it straight back in, as it happened, straight at David Phillips. Now Kanchelskis again. Stuart and Branch have both gone ahead of him. He tries the shot from distance, and in these conditions, that has to be a good option, and it troubled Crossley.
It's an excellent effort, this from Kanchelskis on his left foot. Crossley goes down, watches it carefully, skids off the greasy surface. but he puts it wide, and that's important.
First corner of the game then, earned by Kanchelskis. Hinchcliffe as ever takes it, and another difficult one, and Everton have scored. And would you believe, back in his old hometown, it's Craig Short who's given Everton the advantage.
Well, whenever Andy Hinchcliffe is on a corner from this side, there's always a threat to the opposition. Plays it into the danger area, Short. Little nod down. Great start for Everton.
The perfect set-piece goal by Everton. The delivery from Hinchcliffe, magnificent. And Craig Short gets his first goal of the season. And that gives him a much happier memory than when he made his first Everton appearance here a year ago. A goal within the first 5 minutes then. And just what Nottingham Forest, low on confidence and low in the table, didn't need. The crowd have been reasonably supportive towards these Forest players, but as Frank Clark was telling us before the match, if they do go a goal behind, the crowd begin to show their impatience. That transfers itself to the players, and their lack of confidence begins to come into play. Perfect start for Everton then. Michael Branch in possession for that. An excellent run. In support is Hinchcliffe on the left. The driven cross was meant to find Stuart.
Well, when it comes to open play, you look at Branch, you look at Stuart, who don't have a particularly big aerial threat, but certainly from set pieces, when they send Short and Watson, when they send them forward, they're always going to be a problem for the Forest defence.
So Everton, who are one of only 4 Premiership teams still to win away, have made a very bubbly start here. They've so far drawn at Manchester United, Tottenham and Blackburn, very good results, all of those, and lost heavily, 4-0 in fact at Wimbledon. And Everton believing they can start the climb back up the table here tonight. And Duncan Ferguson ready to come back into the side as well at the weekend. Paul Rideout, another important man for them, who's out injured at the moment. Ian Woan gets it forward quickly for Gemmill. A lovely layoff, but again, the pitch played its part in not enabling Håland to get onto that quickly played return pass. And Everton looking really dangerous on the break here. Kanchelskis will use his pace. Good tackle though. Did well there, Steve Chettle.
Yes, he did. Chettle actually was shown a little bit too much of the ball from Kanchelskis. But that's the danger, you know, when you're trying to chase a 1-goal deficit against Everton. You push forward, and Kanchelskis on the break. It's going to be a big, big threat to Nottingham Forest.
Craig Short finding Kanchelskis again. That could be a dangerous ball as well. And the free kick goes against Gary Speed.
Well, the start of Everton got is just what they needed, but certainly the first sort of minute, Alan, they were all over the place, because I did say they were going to play with 3 at the back, and that's the way they started. But they then quickly changed to a conventional back 4. I think I said before the game, they're a little bit uncertain just what Forest were going to do.
Brian Roy for Forest. Unsworth knows Saunders is right behind him. That's why he had to waste no time in getting it clear. Saunders again. Looks for Lee in the centre. Wasn't a bad ball, but Craig Short just did enough to hold off Jason Lee.
No, it's not a bad cross from Saunders, but only the one player in the box, Jason Lee. Short just uses his physical strength, just holds him off. Well, we've spoken so many times about the danger of Hinchcliffe's corners from the right-hand side. Swings them in with his left foot. Reasonably free header there from Short, not under too much pressure. Really scored with ease.
Kanchelskis takes Everton forward again. Håland, the player facing it. Oh, brilliant skill, Barrett. And again from him. Still Kanchelskis. Well, in the end, he slightly overdid it, but there was a virtuoso moment of technique from Kanchelskis then. Here's Lee. The ball runs loose to Brian Royle for Forest. Saunders with an excellent pass. Lyttle. Lee arriving. Southall seemed to take a long time to react then, but in the end his bravery got him out of danger.
That was a good chance. It's an excellent break, good ball from Saunders. Lyttle in here, Jason Lee should have hit this with his left foot. A little bit unfortunate due to the slippery surface. It just slips at the wrong moment.
But in these conditions, anything could happen tonight. Everton have conceded a free kick. The referee deciding that challenge had nothing to do with the pitch, rather to do with the intent on Brian Royle. Gemmill. Saunders. Good challenge by Speed. And Short lifts it from danger. Well, Frank Clark must have been dreading that kind of start. It's the worst run he's had since he became the manager here. In fact, as I mentioned, the worst since Forest were relegated in Brian Clough's final season 3 years ago. I well remember the season Forest went down. Just about everyone in football was saying throughout that season they were too good to go down, they were playing too much good football. But in the end, they ran out of matches, they didn't have enough points, and down they went. Frank Clark bringing them straight back up again, of course. And the very next season, they had a marvellous campaign, finished third and got back into Europe. Chettle under pressure here, not the easiest ball for Crossley to deal with. Stuart's lack of control, but his determination and got him possession again. Here's Unsworth. Hinchcliffe. Man's doing well to keep his feet. He hasn't shaken Cooper off yet, though. Good defending by Colin Cooper.
It was excellent play from Branch that, you know, Hinchcliffe just played the ball in an area, just hoping that his front man would be there. He wasn't favourite Branch, but he made that ball his own. Good determined running.
Do you think these conditions favour defenders rather than attackers, or does it not make much difference?
Certainly favours attackers, Alan.
Hinchcliffe's throw, Gary Speed up in support, and he hooks one up, only to find Michael Branch, I think it was, it's straight offside. Lee getting up well. Unsworth gets it away from danger. Cooper with a good old-fashioned clearance. There's Watson who got it away, but Forest keep possession now with Saunders and Lyttle. Lee has made a run towards the far post, but he'll be waiting in vain for the cross. Håland plays it back in. Lee was keeping one eye on the linesman, coming back from an offside position. Now Lyttle. It could be a difficult bounce here, and Lee has caused problems.
I think Craig Short caused problems for himself. He should never have allowed that ball to bounce.
It must be very difficult for the players to judge what the ball's going to do next on this surface. The driving rain still falling heavily here. Saunders, lots of space down the right-hand side for Royle. Lyttle is up in support. And again, Royle slips at the vital moment.
Yes, they should have made better use of that. 2-on-1 situation there for Forest. Brian Roy gets good support here from Des Lyttle. Dave Watson comes over. Roy knew exactly what he wanted to do, just slip this ball through. And as you can see there, didn't play it particularly well, possibly due to the surface.
Branch's header finds Gary Speed. Parkinson making sure Everton keep possession. Good football by them. Speed. Gemmill got away with a challenge that the Evertonians thought was rather dubious. And now Phillips. Well, we're going to see a lot of mistakes tonight, that's for sure. Branch now trying to get in on the other side of Chettle. Kanchelskis in a good position in the penalty area. Goal kick the outcome, though.
Looks very promising, doesn't he, Branch? Another good run. Well closed down from Chettle. It just takes last touch off Branch's foot, and referee was quite right to give a goal kick.
Everton's youngest player since his manager, Joe Royle, made his debut back in the 60s. And Lyttle misjudges the bounce. At least there's plenty of excuses for players tonight when things go wrong. Is there any particular kind of tactics you think that pay dividends on a night like this, Trevor?
Tactics. Get into the front players and trying to turn the defenders, I would say, as soon as possible, Alan, because on this surface it's very, very difficult to hold your footing. Normally, you know, front players are better balanced than some defenders. And I think that's proving the point at the moment. You know, smaller lads like Branch and Stuart have featured very, very heavily in this opening 16 minutes.
Yes, good point. Well, Barrett brought down by Woan there. Everton have a free kick. That obviously means danger. Hinchcliffe comes over to take it. They have been warned at Nottingham Forest. They didn't heed the first warning. Watson has also joined the goal scorer Craig Short. It's hammered in towards him, and that was another close call for Forest.
Another excellent ball, wasn't it, from Hinchcliffe? You certainly have to deal with that if you're a defender. Forest, to be fair, they got it away well.
Here's Barrett. Chettle's clearance. Roy. Lee. Good link-up play between those two. And a little nick on the ankles of Roy, and Forest a free kick. His recall for the Coca-Cola Cup match at West Ham, Brian Roy. He's only started 4 of Forest's 13 games this season. Just hasn't been able to find the form of previous years here. Dean Saunders. Lyttle. Good pace by Saunders, and that could have been an embarrassment for Southall, who found himself backpedaling furiously then. Barrett brings it clear for Everton. Branch, what good control he has. And that low centre of gravity, as Trevor was mentioning, will be an asset tonight. Good start Everton have made here. They lead 1-0. Barrett. Kanchelskis being hounded every step by Håland. Oh, well played, Kanchelskis. Gary Speed. Watson with a cool, calm header to find Barrett. Terrific tackle by Woan on Parkinson. And the tackle's flying in here. Chettle missed that one completely. I don't think he was letting that one run through to his keeper. I think it was just an error. And that huge kick could have forced an error at the other end, but Southall knew exactly his position.
You mentioned that tackle that Woan put in there, Alan. He's come off worse and limping rather heavily at the moment.
Well, Barrett, sure Everton would have had a free kick if they hadn't kept possession then. Here's Kanchelskis.
Well, that was a good chance. He rather dragged his shot.
Gemmill. And Forrest guilty of giving it away again.
It's interesting to know where old Barrett received that ball there, Alan. It's a very narrow sort of position, and whenever Woan takes possession, he must come in some 40 yards from the touchline, and every time he does so, old Barrett goes with him. So if Forrest could possibly exploit that, it depends on the left-back Håland, whether he can get forward on that left-hand side and vacate the space that Barrett has left.
Meantime, here's Brian Roy threatening danger. Just lost control at the vital moment. Unsworth with the clearance. And I've noticed Ian Woan signalling to the Forest bench a couple of times. He looks in trouble from that tackle. He's still limping a little bit. They have got a natural replacement in Chris Allen, the former Oxford winger, if Woan has to come off. But with all the injuries Forest have had, they'll want to make absolutely sure before making a change this early in the game. Good link-up play between Roy and Lee. Now Woan. Didn't look quite right as he played that one through either. And he's still limping. Kanchelskis has dispossessed Håland. Oh, the back heeler just caught out Stuart, played it in behind him. Cooper's clearance. And he's onto the return. Lee takes up a good position. And slides one through for Roy. Craig Short did well to get between Roy and the goalkeeper. Unsworth, that's an excellent ball for Stuart, but it's got to be just right tonight. Soon zipped off the top. Here's Roy, and now Woan. The crowd warned him that the challenge was coming from Parkinson. And I doubt that Woan's going to be able to continue much longer. He's just not running freely at all. Barrett. Craig Short plays it long. Sensible tactic. And Chettle's in trouble here against Branch. And he's got Stuart in support and perfectly placed. And maybe should have gone for that option. He's never scored in senior football yet, Michael Branch, and got perhaps a little bit carried away then.
Well, that wasn't good play, was it, from Branch? Initially, excellent closing down, but if he had just looked up there, he could have seen his striking partner, Stuart, who was free, tries to squeeze it at the near post, but if you're going to do that, you've got to get it dead right.
And that's what Joe Royle thought of it. And he knows a little bit about scoring goals. Forest are temporarily down to 10 men because Ian Woan is off the field receiving treatment for that knock. Well, there are plenty of cliches in the world of football. I think one of the most apt is that when you are down at the bottom, nothing ever goes for you. And certainly that's the sort of spell Forest are going through at the moment. Injuries, loss of form of certain players, loss of confidence. It all piles up on you when you're down near the bottom.
But also, Alan, they should have been 2-0 down.
That's true.
Perhaps it's not all doom and gloom.
It's a goal kick.
I was really surprised that Branch elected to try and play in the near post. Cooper did his best, he came across, but Graham Stuart was free at the back post.
One man who was very relieved, of course, Steve Chettle. He was the one caught in possession. In fact, he's been left out of the starting lineup the last half a dozen matches, Chettle. Kanchelskis breaks to Royle. Good challenge by Parkinson. Now Stuart. That was better from Chettle. Parkinson under pressure. Barrett doing well. Kanchelskis. It's good play by Everton. Stuart keeps going, but he's running into trouble with every step. He's got a free kick. He's got out of Jones. Foul by Lee. Chettle. Good layoff. Roy finding Woan. On it goes to Lee, but he's offside. He's having his longest run in the team this season, Jason Lee, because of the injury to Kevin Campbell, amongst other factors. Campbell has been out since the opening weeks when he scored 4 goals in Forest's first 4 games. They were hoping he'd be fit enough tonight. A hamstring problem, but then he went and injured his ankle in a reserve game, his comeback match. Chettle misses it completely. And a spectacular, if unorthodox, header by Cooper, and then Crossley completes the clearance.
But why didn't Crossley pick it up? I can't understand why he slid and played that with his foot.
I suppose it's a risky night for keepers. Once you start sliding on this pitch, you might slide all the way out of the area.
He obviously didn't realise that Cooper had headed that ball, because otherwise he could just come and picked it up.
And Everton first to react at the moment to most things. Phillips crowded out. Chettle finds Lyttle. Roy did really well. That was excellent control and athleticism. Now Woan seems to have made a recovery from an injury that looked as though it might end his participation in the game. Here's Lyttle. Lee. Back to Lyttle. Craig Short's clearance. Sense a growing mood of impatience from the home supporters. Forest needs something quickly here, just to get the crowd going again. Phillips. And the tackle by Craig Short could earn him a yellow card, and certainly will earn Forest a free kick.
Yeah, it's good play this from Phillips. He slips it ahead of Short, brings him to the floor. Easy decision for the referee.
Craig Short caution. Can Forest produce the same from their set piece that led to Everton scoring in the first 5 minutes? Woan will take it, perhaps. Phillips is there as well. Phillips drives it in. Oh! Jason Lee, the tallest player in the 6-yard box, net at absolutely fizzing free kick.
But he did well to keep it in play, didn't he? Gets up really well because it's going out of play. Back post, up above Short, just can't quite get it down.
That would have been some goal. Incidentally, Jason Lee hasn't scored here at the City Ground since Boxing Day last year. Branch now for Everton. Phillips' clearance goes into no man's land as far as Forest are concerned. And Watson brings Everton forward. Branch is one of those players who will not let defenders settle for an instant. Speed let that one run on, but it's gone straight to Woan. And Woan's taken another crack on the ankle. Hinchcliffe given plenty of time to turn. To be fair, Forest are still playing some neat football, but there hasn't been much on the end of it so far. Gemmill. Lyttle. Good running by Phillips. No let up in the rain here. And there's a useful looking ball towards Lee. Couldn't quite find Royle. Clearance by Watson has landed at the feet of Phillips. Woan gets it back again from Gemmill. Good play. Barrett's interception. Forest's corner.
That was excellent play, wasn't it, between Woan and Gemmill? Lovely little 1-2. But Barrett, he hasn't left Woan too far this evening. Gets in a very good timed tackle.
Lee will be an obvious problem for Everton here. Chettle has also come forward, along with Cooper, for the corner. Clearance is by Short. Woan can try again. That's a good ball in. Lee didn't seem to know that he had the ball at his feet then. Now Lyttle. And Everton get too many men in each other's way, but get away with it. Southall's wasted no time getting it forward, but unwisely so as it happens. And Forest have picked up the pieces again here, and they're playing some good football at the moment. Saunders for that. Lee, Phillips. And given away by Gemmill, but then Barrett misses it. It's hard to predict what's going to happen next. Woan. Kanchelskis plays it on for Branch. What a lovely little footballer he is. Such good control, hasn't he?
He has, and certainly works for the side. Running in the channels, both sides. He's constantly putting the Forest defenders under pressure. Certainly letting them know that he's around.
13 minutes to half-time, and Everton still lead by that early goal scored by Craig Shaw. Forest have come back pretty well without really troubling Southall. Perhaps they can now. They've got a corner. Good run by Saunders.
Yeah, he had the beating of Hinchcliffe, but it was Unsworth who doubled back to get the block tackle in.
Gemmill's kick. It's Lee beaten to it by Craig Shaw. Håland. And now Lyttle. Gemmill dummies it through. Royle felt he was fouled, but the referee waves play on. Craig Shaw for Everton. Kanchelskis. Situation tailor-made for him, running at defenders on this wet pitch. Looks for Branch far post, and everyone fell over. Hinchcliffe. It's a great ball in by Hinchcliffe. Cooper got it clear. Parkinson back in again.
It's a great ball in, wasn't it, from Kanchelskis? Unfortunately for Forest, just at the vital moment, speed slipped on this greasy surface and missed the opportunity.
Kanchelskis again. And Barrett happy to win the throw off Woan. Keeping out the Swiss international Mark Hoddiger this season, Barrett lost his place to him last season. And Forest continue to play their way out of danger. Woan. Down on by Phillips to lead. Saunders. And now Cooper. A lot of good movement in this Forest side. Saunders. Håland's made a great run forward and he's found him. He's got Roy and Lee in support. Oh, what a disappointing ball.
That's exactly the position that I was talking about, Alan. Barrett went inside with Woan, vacated the space there, and Håland was quick to spot it. Certainly should have done better, shouldn't he, having got into that position. Should have gone by himself, tried to play Brian Roy in. Didn't quite deliver the right pass.
The ball fizzing about in the middle of the field. Speed brings some control to it. Hinchcliffe. Now Barrett. Quite sure that you can see it clearly enough at home, but believe me, it is still absolutely hurling down the rain. Speed. This is Hinchcliffe. Kanchelskis has stayed in the inside right position as he goes forward. And Forest have it back momentarily. Parkinson intercepts to win it for Everton. Now Unsworth. Well, it looks like Everton are certainly dominating things according to those statistics, Trevor.
Yeah, I think the full value for the one-goal lead they have. Should have been two, when Branch was rather selfish when he should have played Stuart in.
Here is Branch again. And he's won a corner. Certainly looking the part tonight, Michael Branch, who recently won his second cap at under-21 level for England against Poland. Level on corners, but one of those corners led to Everton's goal. And it was taken by this same player, Hinchcliffe. Short, left it this time to Watson, who came in behind him. Here's Woan. And now Lee. Woan again. And Cooper comes from the back. Let's remind you that on Sunday our Premiership action comes from Newcastle. The big North-East derby against Middlesbrough. Newcastle against Middlesbrough, Super Sunday start at 3 o'clock. And then Tyson against Holyfield. One of 3 world heavyweight title fights on Sky Box Office. Details of this special pay-per-view event on 0990 800 888. 0990 800 888. What do you make of the half so far, Trevor?
Well, I think there could have been 1 or 2 more goals, Alan, but I think whatever we say, we have to make so much allowance for the conditions. You know, it's very, very windy out there. It's very, very slippery. There's obviously going to be a lot of mistakes. There's mistakes that sometimes lead to goals, and I'm surprised we've not had more than one goal.
The goals have certainly been a commodity in short supply for Forest this season. Only 10 goals in 10 Premiership games report tonight, and only 3 of those here at the City Ground in 5 home games. In fact, they've never scored more than 1 goal at home. So to win this match tonight, they're going to have to erase that particular sad record. Michael Branch for Everton. Huge kick by Crossley has Everton on the back foot. Southall reacting well. Hard to believe he was 38 last month. Neville Southall, his 16th season. This at Everton is 711th game for them tonight. Lee nudged one down. Håland finding Woan. Can Forest get something back before half-time here? It's a dangerous ball, and it was completely missed by Watson.
It was an absolutely brilliant ball from Woan. He was confronted by Barrett, curled it around him into the danger area, and nobody attacked it. You can't get much more perfect than that for a ball. Just look at the area he places into, and nobody reacts to it. It's a great ball.
Well, it's easy for us to say, I suppose, sitting up here, but Forest shouldn't be too downhearted about their first half performance. They played some good football. A little more sharpness in the final third, and they might well have been level at least. But Everton still had the most attempts at goal. And it's Everton looking dangerous again here with Stuart. Barrett wins it back. Unsworth. Great confidence in his own ability then. Just flicked it round Saunders. And gets it back now from Hinchcliffe. Unsworth working hard to keep that in play. Stuart. Hinchcliffe. Great running by Michael Branch, but he's offside.
It was very tight, wasn't it? See Steve Chettle, he wasn't aware of Branch coming in behind him.
Watson beats Lee to it. Played back in by Cooper, though. Remember, still to win at home this season in the Premiership. And this is their 6th game. They've drawn against Middlesbrough, Leicester, Derby, and lost here against Sunderland and West Ham. Barrett for Everton, who lead 1-0. Incidentally, Forest have their AGM on Thursday. It's likely to be a stormy one. Ed Reacher, the chairman, under a lot of pressure, troubled times on and off the field at the home of the former European champions. In the golden era of the 70s and 80s, Forest league champions, twice winners of the European Cup, 3 times winners of the League Cup. No reason why those sort of days can't come back. But at the moment, the priority is points to stay away from the bottom of the table. And Branch has got himself offside again. So into the final minute of the half. Woan for Nottingham Forest finds Royle. Suspicion he might have used his arm to control that, but Woan's given it away anyway. Cooper wins it back. Now Woan. Gemmill onside. Woan in a perfect position, edge of the box, and he's found him. And it's set up for Phillips to hit. Didn't get a hold of it.
It's a good spot that from Gemmill. Picked out Woan. It was Woan's first touch that let him down. It had to be a tight control here. There you see Gemmill picks him out really well. Skids off his right foot to Saunders, back to Phillips. From one Welsh international to another.
Branch. Gary Speed. And now Parkinson for Everton. Shaw finds some room and finds Kanchelskis now, but unusually for him, his control was poor, lucky to get it back. Barrett's made a great run down the right, if you can slide him in. He wants to keep it himself for the moment. Now he gets it back in a good position. That was good play by Everton.
It was, because Kanchelskis held it long enough, looked for support, played it into the front and followed his pass. Here he goes across field, wants to go to his left, realises nobody to give it to, then looks up to the front. Into Stuart, follows the pass, gets the return and hits it with his left foot.
And that proved to be the final significant action of the first half. In the first 5 minutes, we have the only goal of the game so far. Hinchcliffe's precision corner, and Craig Shaw getting in amongst the defenders to head Everton into the lead. We could have had goals on either end since then. A welcome break for the players in the warm, dry dressing rooms at half. Forest might like to draw on a little bit of history to encourage them as they start the second half. They've got a very good record here against Everton. In the last 14 years, they've won 10, drawn 2 and lost only 1. That was 4 years ago, when Paul Rideout scored the only goal of the game. But Everton have their sights set on zooming up the table. 7 places at least they could climb if they get all 3 points here tonight. If they get enough goals out of it, they could even go into 7th position above Aston Villa. Remarkable when you think they started the match so low in the table, and remember, Everton still have that game in hand. Although it's not exactly a pushover, that one in hand, it's away to Liverpool. But anything can happen in a Merseyside derby. So Everton well placed to get their season back on the rails.
Both sides, Alan, lined up exactly as they were in the first half. We wondered whether Woan would come out for the second half after the heavy knock he took, but he appears to be okay now.
Unsworth under a bit of pressure from Lee here. And the clearance reaches Lyttle only. Lee again. Phillips. Can hit the ball well, Phillips. Scored some goals over the years for his various clubs, David Phillips, although his last goal for Forest was all of 16 months ago.
Well, nobody knows better than Phillips that from this sort of distance, it's got to be a good shot to beat Southall.
Maybe that was one of Frank Clark's half-time pieces of advice to get a few more shots in and try and give Southall something to do. They played a lot of excellent build-up football, but didn't look too crisp at the end of it in the first half. Frank Clark back on the bench now. Widely acknowledged and rightly acknowledged as one of the game's nice guys, Frank Clark, and one of the game's better managers as well, and he's done a wonderful job in his short time here at Forest, where of course he was such a great player and a teammate of Trevor's in the Brian Clough glory days here. Lyttle with a difficult ball to control, gets it to Gemmill. Everton win it back, Gary Speed. That was an important interception by Chettle. Now David Unsworth for Everton. strong lad, Unsworth. It's not easy to shake him off the ball, and Hinchcliffe has got a problem. Plays continued. This is Stuart. It's done well. Branch in the middle. Chettle gets it away. Now Hinchcliffe. Kanchelskis. Great play by Kanchelskis. Couldn't quite set up the shooting chance, though. Now Lee on the break for Forest. Roy ahead of him. Poor control by Lee. Disappointing that. Watson, good steady game on his return to the side. Unsworth, who was captain for the 9 games, but Watson missed. But the captain's armband back with the main man tonight.
Yes, undoubtedly when Watson's in the side, Everton look much more accomplished at the back. I think he's got a steadying influence, Alan, on the back players.
Lee offside there to Watson's relief. 35 he'll be next month, Dave Watson. Turned 23, so there's a nice mixture of youth and experience in the Everton squad, and they can get them all off the treatment table. And there's money to spend as well, and Everton linked in the newspapers at least with Barmby, Sinclair, Eadie, and as Joe Royle says, if we bought all the players the newspapers says we're interested in, we'd have to build another dressing room. Roy has got in behind Craig Short here. He's got Lee and Saunders in the middle, but he's overhit the cross. Lyttle. Saunders. Phillips has made a run into the box. Sets it up for Woan. Good block that by Barrett. Very important interception.
Yes, that's when Woan is so dangerous. He comes into that central area. Saunders picked him out. There's only one thing on Woan's mind, that was to control it, never shot it go, but Barrett was very, very quick to get the block in.
Alfinger Håland with the throw. Needs a bit more movement from his teammates here. Finally looks for Lee, and he fouled. Free kick to Everton. Craig Short, the man who was decked. Joe Royle, who took over from Mike Walker almost 2 years ago now, after 12 marvellous years with Oldham. Back, of course, to his spiritual home of Goodison, where I well remember seeing him as a blustering 16-year-old back in the 60s. Centre forward, built like a rock, and used to barge centre-halves much older than him out of the way. Great career as a player. England international, of course. Kanchelskis. Hinchcliffe. Håland's clearance is a bit loose. Picked up by Parkinson, and now Barrett for Everton. Parkinson's cross to pick out Gary Speed. Lyttle had to get that one away. Now Unsworth. Everton pressing impressively here. Unsworth hooks one in, but the linesman has flagged offside.
Once again, it was very, very close, but he's a little bit too anxious, isn't he, Branch, to get in there. The fact that he hasn't scored, desperate for a goal, and I think that's the third time now, just went slightly offside.
Lee touches one on for Roy. Chance here for Forest. Great defending by Unsworth. Anticipation and speed of thought. Cooper, the Forest captain. Now Barrett. Stumbled through the first 2 tackles. And Branch just wasn't physically strong enough to keep it then. Here's Phillips. Cooper. That could be an interesting ball. It's not easy for the 2 centre-halves to deal with that. And in the end, Forest just weren't committed enough, really. Otherwise, they could have given Messrs Short and Watson a problem.
Seemed to me as if it was in between Jason Lee and Brian Royle, and they both left it for one another.
It's not a combination as an attacking duo that had many opportunities to play together, this. Lee and Roy, he's had to shuffle the pack a lot, Frank Clark, because of the injuries.
No, it's slightly different, isn't it, from when Brian Roy first came when he was playing with Stan Collymore.
Yes, the goals of Collymore, how sadly they have been missed by Nottingham Forest since. Although it looked as though Kevin Campbell this season had made the sort of start that Collymore enjoyed. But that injury has put paid to that. Although Campbell, I gather, and probably Pearce as well, are likely to be fit for the weekend. They play Aston Villa. There's Craig Short, the goal scorer. Foul there on Branch. Everton's free kick. Chettle seemed to get a blow in the face in committing that foul. Well, you always feel, no matter how far out it is, when Everton get a free kick, or a corner particularly, it means danger. Mainly because of Hinchcliffe's ability to deliver them so accurately. And there's another one in towards Watson. Forest had stretched to get it away, but now they could break with Saunders. Oh dear. I think a little discussion ensued between the two players about who was wrong then.
Well, the ball looked to be well overhit, but it actually slowed down. I think if Des Lyttle had gone all the way, made an effort for it, he may have possibly kept it in play. Just watch the ball slow down. Barely goes over the line.
Maybe the groundsman didn't get to that corner. Here's Brian Roy, the Dutchman, taking on Barrett. Phillips in support. Poor ball by him. Ooh, that could have been a bizarre moment for Gemmill as he closed Southall down so quickly.
Yeah, luckily for Neville Southall, this wasn't in front of his goal, because it would have ended up in the back of the net. That's good pressing there from Gemmill.
Couldn't make the starting lineup here in the first 8 games of the season, in fact, but he's played 4 in a row now. The Scottish international, of course. He'll be a good quiz question as well soon. He was on the subs bench for that infamous game against Estonia. Wasn't used in the 3 seconds it lasted. Watson's clearance. Stuart beaten to it by Cooper. Now Lee for Nottingham Forest. And Phillips has misdirected another pass. He's having one of those little spells.
Alan, you just wonder, you know, with the 2 Everton players up front there, Stuart and Branch, how well they've played. Just how well Saunders would have done if he had played down the centre. I think obviously the smaller players have certainly been more prominent tonight, especially in forward areas.
Lyttle. Almost a good ball that, but it was a foul by Gemmill anyway on Unsworth. Do you think there is the flexibility in the 11 out there for Nottingham Forest to change things round here, Trevor, and maybe push Saunders into a more attacking position?
Well, they do like to play 4-4-2, don't they? I mean, if they did change it, they could have to go with 3 in midfield. Saunders and Lee up front with Brian Roy just in behind. They want to change it completely. They've got wide players on the bench. Howe and Allen can play wide. And then, of course, that would release Dean Saunders to go up the centre.
Strangely enough, Saunders has scored more goals for Wales this season than he has for Forest. 3 for the international team, 2 for his club side. Offside.
The top goal scorer for Forest, I think, is Campbell, isn't he, with 4 goals?
That's right, and he hasn't played since the opening 4 games. That is a measure of the problem that Nottingham Forest have, and at any level, in any division, in any league, anywhere, if you can't get goals, you're in trouble. No wonder zillions change hands for the world's best goal scorers. Crossley tempted to come out a little further. Lee's downward header is only to Barrett. And Håland showed great determination then to win it and find Woan. Great shout of handball by the Forest fans at that end, but it was optimistic.
Well, it was essential there that Woan delivered a good ball. They had three players in the box, Saunders, Royle and Lee, all waiting for it.
Very speed. Kanchelskis. Could be danger here. Well, he struck it well enough, but a few yards wide. But he's so difficult to handle. You push him inside and he can always get it onto his left foot and shoot. How do you mark him?
Well, he refused the first opportunity, didn't he? Then got a slightly better angle.
Top scorer for Everton last season, Kanchelskis, 16 goals, all of them in the Premiership. Now, Saunders has got into a forward position, and would you believe, when he does that, he gets offside. Played all 13 games in his first season here, since he moved from Galatasaray in Turkey. The 5th time, in fact, in his career that he's moved for over £1 million. Activity on the Forest bench, and it looks as though the change that we hinted at is about to happen, with Chris Allen ready to come on. Logically, he would be a direct replacement for Woan. That's the position he plays in, but perhaps they're going to use both of them here, Forest. They have used both of them this season, with Woan in a sort of inside left position, if you like, so maybe David Phillips is a contender for the hook, but we shall see. Royle, another possibility, I suppose, if Frank Clark wants to change things round. But at the moment it's Everton looking threatening with Gary Speed. Good effort, fine save by Crossley. Comes out to Hinchcliffe though. Couldn't quite get it back in quickly enough, but here's Kanchelskis. And Håland prevents even the corner. Barrett doing well. Lyttle's clearance. Still danger. Hinchcliffe. Looking well to make any kind of cross there, Hinchcliffe. And Forest under the cosh a bit at the moment. Need some help from Lee here. And there's an excellent early ball for Gemmill. Just picked up pace and that enabled Craig Shaw to intercept. Well played, Craig Shaw.
Yeah, he spotted the danger very, very early, come across, did the covering. But it was excellent play from Forest. Good spot from Saunders, saw Gemmill making the forward run.
And what a save from Crossley just before that.
Yeah, I just wondered if Speed was going to chip the keeper here, because he's a good way off his line. It's an excellent save.
Forest are about to make that substitution. Royle is the player coming off. Chris Allen takes his place. We'd started the 2 matches before the Coca-Cola tie at West Ham, where he was left on the subs bench. Chris Allen moved from Oxford in the summer after a couple of months on loan here last season. So it'll be interesting to see exactly where he plays now. Anyone who saw him play for Oxford, particularly down that slope at the Manor, will know how quick he is. Loves to commit defenders and run at them. He's most effective down the left, but it seems to be starting down the right at the moment. Here's Lyttle. Gemmill. Cooper slipped at the vital moment as Stuart put him under pressure, but Chettle cleaned it up.
Yes, the ball from Branch wasn't quite good enough for Stuart. It was a great situation there, because also on Branch's right, Kanchelskis was open.
Allen trying to get his first touch. He's got a throw. Unsworth tackle. The referees overruled the linesman and decided that was worthy of a free kick. Woan will take it, or will he leave it to Gemmill? No, it's Woan. And it's a useful one. Lee coming in on the back post, and that was why Craig Short had to head behind.
Yes, he's headed the ball very well at both ends tonight. Craig Short.
Corner thumped in towards Cooper. Comes out to Allen. The bounce was difficult, but he finds Phillips. There's Woan again. Cooper going in on the goalkeeper. And no foul was given. Touch of the Nat Lofthouse there, if anyone's old enough to remember how he used to treat goalkeepers.
Well, it's a good challenge here from Cooper, but there's no reaction from Jason Lee. He could have just walked that into the back of the net if he had reacted. He stands motionless when Cooper goes in and challenges on Southall. The ball goes loose. There's no movement.
Perhaps he thought, like I did, it had to be a free kick these days. If you breathe on a goalkeeper from more than 5 yards, you concede a free kick normally. Very surprised that they didn't get one there, Forrest. Lyttle's cross. Away by Barrett. Now Kanchelskis is finding Håland almost to have as much pace as he has. Cooper. What a good ball that is. Saunders onto it. It was a bit ambitious.
Yeah, that's a pity, because it was an excellent ball. Saunders made a great run. Spun off the back of Short here into a wide area. Quickly gets it under control. He's always going to come on the inside of Short. Perhaps a little chip to the back post would have been better.
What the change has meant, of course, is that now Saunders is able to play in his usual role up front, but at the moment they've got to worry about defending Forrest. Earl Barrett slips it in for Branch. And Kanchelskis. Got a lot of men forward in this attack, Everton. Barrett hangs it up, headed away by Lyttle. Unsworth. Now Hinchcliffe. Good looking ball from Hinchcliffe. Oh, that was spectacular by Stuart.
That should have been a goal. Once again, a glorious ball in from Hinchcliffe. Perfect. The diving header from Stuart. He gets there first and directs it around the wrong side of the post. Certainly makes good contact.
Scored 2 in the last 3 games, Graham Stuart, after being left out on the subs bench for the previous 3 matches. Hinchcliffe delivers a great long ball. Kanchelskis has Branch alongside him. Very good defending by Håland. He's had a very steady game, actually, the Norwegian. He's been one of the better players on view tonight.
Yes, he's certainly got to grips with Kanchelskis in the second half, because he looked in the first half if Kanchelskis is going to run riot.
Huge clearance there by Crossley. Everton dealt with it well. And the game a long way from being won by Everton. They've got to keep going for that second goal. Hinchcliffe again delivers a long ball. Got it wrong this time, though. Cooper. Woan is offside. Although they have a pretty reasonable away record, Everton, they have struggled to get goals away from Goodison. Before tonight, they'd only managed 3 in 4 away matches in the Premiership, and 2 of those, in fact, came in their draw at Manchester United in the opening week. So that will give Forest a glimmer of hope that they can still rescue this game. Cooper gets it away. Phillips hooking it on for Lee. Hinchcliffe stronger than Chris Allen. On it goes from Stuart, but again, Cooper read the danger well. They've actually played pretty well at the back, Forest. Branch loses out to Cooper again, but here's Barrett, and now Parkinson. Short. Kanchelskis has dropped deep to find a bit of room. Unsworth. Good patient build-up by Everton. Kanchelskis caught in possession by Gemmill, and he might be made to pay for that as Woan delivers it in long. Lee. Interesting ball from Lee, and that's a great save. Southall defying age and showing wonderful athleticism.
Good ball this from Lee. Everton came out looking for the offside. Saunders gets the header. Good save from Southall. I think it was just dropping in. Yes, that would definitely have dropped underneath the crossbar.
Southall denying his Welsh teammate as Lee was surely pushing there as the corner came in. Yes, that's the verdict. But what a moment that was for Neville Southall.
Yeah, there you see the push. Just jumping all over short. But look at this for a block again from the 2 Everton players. Barrett and Watson, both very, very determined. Here's the save here. Good header this from Saunders. He must be all of 12 yards out. Just dipping underneath the crossbar. Fingertips from Southall.
Hasn't missed a game for Everton for 2 years now, Neville Southall, and I don't believe his birth certificate. 38, showing that kind of agility. And perhaps at the other end of the field, a man who would hope to replace him in the Welsh team one day, Mark Crossley, in the Welsh squad for the World Cup qualifier in Håland next month. His granddad was from Wrexham. He's got other grandparents from Scotland, and he was born in Yorkshire. Saw that one out, if you like. Now Everton have found some width down the left with Hinchcliffe. Stuart in the middle, and he looked for him. Cooper's still got some work to do to get it clear. Speed. Hinchcliffe. Barrett coming in on the far post. What do you make of this Everton team? I mean, at the start of the season, Trevor, a few people were putting them down as outsiders even for the title.
Yes, we actually played them in pre-season at St Andrews, and they looked a very, very good side. I think they depend a lot on Duncan Ferguson. I think he's what we call a natural goal scorer, and he's also got that physical presence up there. You know, that was the type of ball that if Ferguson had been there, I'm sure he would have taken up a back post position. They do need to sort of hit them in hard and low with the 2 front boys being relatively small.
Everton play their way out of trouble very impressively. And Unsworth looks again for Kanchelskis, but Håland must be amongst the contenders for man of the match tonight. He's played really impressively. We'll give you the telephone number in a moment for your vote. And Håland with a little back heeler, almost releasing Gemmill.
Yes, if it wasn't for Barrett, he was through. Once again, excellent covering from Barrett.
Now, Grant is onside this time, and Kanchelskis is herring forward in support. Good challenge on him, but he still managed to find speed, and speed plays it on to Kanchelskis. And Everton just can't find the killer touch at the moment. I honestly thought Speed might have had a crack himself then, but he opted to bring in Kanchelskis. He has it again. Parkinson. Barrett. And a little over-elaborate, that Everton build-up. It's given Saunders possession for Forest on the break. Lee in space on this near side, but he couldn't find it.
It wasn't a good ball, was it, from Saunders? Lee took up a good position, he pulled off wide.
Well, don't forget, you can vote for the man of the match. It's all down to you at home. And that's the number you ring. 0891 111101. That's 0891 111101. Woan for Nottingham Forest. Good ball. Phillips couldn't quite come inside Watson. Everton just a little over a quarter of an hour away from 3 points, which will greatly improve their position in the Premiership table. But another defeat for Nottingham Forest would mean even more problems for Frank Clark. His team have won a free kick, and the manager will be looking at the watch every 30 seconds from now on. And it goes towards Lee, but he couldn't reach. Don't forget our next Premiership football coming your way on Sunday. It's the big one in the northeast at St James's Park. They all are big ones up there, of course, but this is bigger than most. It's Newcastle against Middlesbrough. Super Sunday starts at 3. If boxing's your game, what a night in prospect when Tyson meets Holyfield. One of 3 world heavyweight title fights coming your way on Sky Box Office. Call now for details of this special pay-per-view event. 0990 800 888. 0990 800 888. A night not to be missed, that. Quarter of an hour to go here at the City Ground. And we're going to have another substitution. Looks like Grant coming on, I think, for Everton. And it's the youngster, Michael Branch, who's had a sound enough game. Another one to add to his chapter of experience, if you like, so early in his career. And he will be replaced by another young man and another England under-21 international, as it happens, Tony Grant. Started 4 games this season, subbing another 3. A Merseyside lad. And won't be 22 until next month. Now we'll get straight into the action here and win a free kick. Welcome to the match. And Cooper will be yellow carded for that.
It was clever play this from Grant. He realised Cooper was coming in, just nudged it ahead of him. Down he goes to the floor. But that substitution from Joe Rowe suggests that he's happy with 1-0. He's certainly strengthened the midfield. He's now going to leave Stuart up front by himself.
And Grant has had a nice dry evening, warm and protected from the rain on the bench. Come straight into the action. Got thumped for the free kick and he's limping away. He's won the free kick, that's the important thing. Hinchcliffe takes it. It was an excellent one. Lee got it away. Dean Saunders, facing his own goal, finds Lyttle. Foul on Gemmill by Watson. And he's given blood for the cause again, Dave Watson. What about Evander against Holyfield? Tyson against Holyfield, rather. It looks as though he's done a round or two with someone. Woan's free kick. That's another wasted one. Chettle heading it well wide.
You mentioned about Alan better on the left-hand side, and that's where he's gone at the moment. Woan's come over here to the right-hand side. Just a little variety. I suppose at this stage of the game you try anything just to change things.
And it was a good ball by Alan to Saunders. Gemmill. Phillips. Saunders trying hard to keep it in. And because of his determination then, Parkinson's conceded the corner. Can Forest snatch a point? Gemmill's corner. Barrett hesitated before going for it. Grant, the substitute, gets it away. Allen finding Lee. Ooh, that was a dangerous ball. Now Håland. Grant did well to win that back and release Kanchelskis. It's an excellent ball. It's Kanchelskis in the race. But he's lost. Silver medal. The gold to Mark Crossley.
That's always the danger, isn't it? When you lose possession, you leave Kanchelskis free. Great ball in behind Cooper into the space. He looks up, sees where the keeper is, tries to go round him. Crossley reads it very well.
Lee at the other end as Crossley looks on. And Kanchelskis frustrated. He knows that was his best chance of a goal tonight. Well, you never doubted that he would get there for pace. What we didn't know was Mark Crossley is going to read it so brilliantly. Well, in Forest position, 1 point would be a godsend. They've got 10 minutes to try and get it. Ian Woan tries to find Chris Allen. He's all over Barrett. And his clearance has gone to Phillips. Now Håland. Phillips finds Cooper. Forest committing men forward now as they have to. But if they lose possession, they could be in trouble again.
Yes, you're right, Alan. It's very, very dangerous what they're doing. Especially with Kanchelskis now playing a more attacking area. He's virtually gone to support Stuart.
Well, you don't like to hear supporters booing individual players, and they're giving David Phillips a lot of stick at the moment. That's not helping anyone, least of all him. Be a race between two speed merchants, this. Allen against Barrett. Well, you've got to keep the ball on the pitch, so it should be effective, and he couldn't.
Parkinson did well there, Alan. He came across, made sure that Allen could only go one way, and that was down the line. He stopped it from coming inside.
Håland for Forest. Time running out for them. Saunders. And Lyttle. 6 Forest men in the penalty area here, in or around it anyway. But the header was, well, more like a defensive one than an attacking header by Lee. Forest can produce something here. Their sorry start to the season is set to continue. They've won only one Premiership match so far, and this is their 11th league game tonight, and they haven't won at home. And they're being made to pay very heavily for one moment of defensive sloppiness in the opening 5 minutes. And Craig Short headed Everton into the lead. Let me remind you of the number to ring to make your vote for man of the match. 0891 111101. 0891 111101. Call us now. Håland for Forest. Finding Lyttle on into the penalty area. Saunders turns away, and that will be a foul and a booking for Watson.
Yes, this may be their best chance. Good era here for Woan. Always dangerous. Good turn this from Saunders. Clearly a foul from Watson on Saunders.
I think he might have escaped the caution, actually. The referee reached for the inside pocket and didn't do anything. So they'll be queuing up to take this free kick. They've got plenty of specialists here. Nottingham Forest. Phillips, Woan. Looks like Cooper's in there as well.
Who's your money on, Alan?
Woan. So it's bound to be Phillips. It's neither of them. It's Cooper. And it's, well, no words needed from me, is there? Who would be a manager?
Well, you've got to hit the target from here, haven't you? High, wide and handsome. I'm sure Frank Clark's looking at that thinking, well, that could possibly be our best chance of salvaging something from this game.
And he must be saying, how often have we practiced that in training? How many hundreds of times have we done that and it's gone flying into the net? Who would be a manager? Less than 5 minutes now for Forest to rescue this. Everton have done enough, they will feel, to earn the 3 points. Grant for them, offside, Kanchelskis. Great header away by Unsworth. Towering clearance that was. And Everton play their football, play their way forward. Great start, good to watch. Effective as well. And a lovely ball on. Oh, that was a shame. Kanchelskis just caught offside. But what good football.
Certainly was. Great one-touch stuff.
Lee wins the header. Breaks to Phillips and Saunders. That wasn't a bad effort from Saunders, although it was fairly tame for Southall.
The actual turn was better than the shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gets played into him here, gets a very sharp turn. Can't quite get the power behind it.
There's another one for Kanchelskis to chase. Crossley denies him again. Crowd urging Crossley to get the ball forward as quickly as he can. And he obliges, but Short underneath it. Everton can't clear their lines at the moment, though.
Well, with only 3 minutes to go, Forest's game plan has suddenly gone out the window. They're just throwing everything forward down the middle. 4 or 5 players went central then, and that's really playing into Everton's hands because they've got some big defenders in there. They've dealt with that rather comfortably.
Southall races from goal again. Just that one outstanding save from Dean Saunders' header. And otherwise, he's had a reasonably quiet night. Which I'm afraid is a condemnation of the fact that Forest, for all the possession they've had, particularly in this second half, just haven't really looked likely to score. Grant doing well to win that back. He's been impressive in the few minutes he's been on the field. Well, that's a good challenge by Stuart. Everton will just be intent on keeping possession now, though they're making headway in this attack. Good ball, Kanchelskis. He'll have a pop here, I would think. If we can find the room anyway. Grant. Hinchcliffe. Pulls it back to Stuart. Grant with an opportunity here, but it's a very brave challenge by Chettle to stop him. Still, they can't get the ball back off Everton. Now they have.
Great little spell that, wasn't it? Passed the ball really well there.
But suddenly, Forest break with Håland, and he's got himself into a shooting position here. Great tackle by Barrett, and Lee's shot was miles away from target. Well, Earl Barrett might just have saved Everton's bacon there.
Not the first time he's put in a last-ditch tackle like that, but it was a good break from Håland, but he just delayed it, didn't he? Slightly too long. You see there, comes inside Watson. Now he's got to hit it. Gives Barrett the chance to get the tackle in. And then Lee, well wide.
I don't think they've enjoyed their evening somehow, do you? The bus is bound to be late going home. The pub is bound to be closed. The chippy will have sold out of fish cakes. It's going to be one of those nights for those lads.
The only good thing is, though, he didn't listen to your commentary, did he?
I will take that as a comment made in jest. If not, see me in the morning. Can Forest still get something? The final answer, I'm afraid, is no, and a chorus of boos greet the final whistle. Not from the Everton end. Craig Short celebrates because his goal has given Everton 3 points and sent them rocketing up the Premiership table. It came in the first 5 minutes from a typically accurate Hinchcliffe corner. Craig Short muscled his way between the defenders, and that proved to be worth 3 points. And Everton will feel now they can start getting their act together and find again the form they showed in the first couple of weeks of the season. And if they can do that with the 38-year-old goalkeeper playing like an 18-year-old, then Everton are likely to continue their climb up the table. A sad night though for Nottingham Forest. Plenty of problems for them. The final score at the City Ground is Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 1.